Hi, hello, welcome into That Sounds Gay, a podcast where we discuss every season of Drag Race in chronological order, but today is a very extra special spoopy episode where we are actually on Halloween Day, actually.
Trick or treat.
I'm always doing... Could have been the gay sound of the day. We never do have posts on Friday, so it's kind of exciting, but we are taking a little detour from talking about Drag Race. We are next week going to be getting into Drag Race Belgique. But we are talking about Dragula Season 1. My name is Jer, and our gay sound presented by Jesse today is... Shaka Khan at a haunted house.
I was gonna try and do like a creaking door sound, but I don't know how to do that. That was good. Very good, very good.
It was a little the brain rot. So Dragula Titans, as of when we're filming this, is not out yet. It will be out very soon. But I don't know if we've talked much about this.
Ever.
No.
These are some of my first words.
These are my first words in the bunker,
Goo
actually.
goo gaga. Yeah.
We just got in the bunker.
Yeah,
and we just started filming.
1997. Hunkering down. We've got
The air
some
quality is terrible.
VHSs of some various media, and we're gonna record our thoughts. And once we get out of the bunker, we'll release them to the public.
In just a couple of months. They
Yeah.
said the fallout's not going to last that long.
Yeah, definitely out by 98.
The lore is increasing. So Titans 2. I want to ask a ghoulish question. Who do you think's going to be first out? Because this is the craziest lineup. I can't even think about who would be out early. There's no way in hell they're sending home Disasterina, even though she seems like the very clear, like, first couple out.
No, I'm team. Well, oh no, we'll get there. But I'm hoping Disasterina will turn it and burn it and
Me
do her
too.
big one. I will do the cop out answer and say that Abora will be question mark
Oh, I could see
and
that.
go home first. And I think almost it would be like kind of slay fierce hilarious if Abora like went home first, came back their first run on Titans, and then this time they just go home first.
They just go home
and
totally.
then all season, like they're waiting for Abora to come back. Kind of like I feel like that's very ghoulish.
Yeah, totally.
Like the terror of like expecting Abora to pop back up at any moment for the rest of the season.
Totally.
And everyone's just on edge.
I could see that because, like, Abora's going to have a magnifying glass on them throughout the whole run.
So will Eva.
Oh, Eva as well.
Okay,
yeah.
well, could you imagine too if Eva went home first? That would be such like a gag first episode.
Crazy.
Because I mean, Abora going home first, the first season was a gag.
Yeah,
So I feel like kind of replaying that vibe.
totally. I hope and pray that Cynthia will go a long time because I kind of fuck with Cynthia. There's the door, bitch.
Let's synthesize.
Not Cynthia Kiss.
Sorry.
I feel like Jade could be somewhere in the earlier side, but also she's got tension with Zava, so maybe, you know, they'll push each other farther. So who's your top 3?
Sherry, we're filming. Sorry, someone's having an allergic reaction.
God, this season is so iconic.
Okay.
It's so iconic.
Okay, where were we?
Who's your top 3 for Titans?
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
That's
tough,
so
isn't
hard.
it?
I think I'm Team Snorgy.
Oh, absolutely.
Team Snorgy.
She's winning.
Team Disasterina.
Okay.
Team Priscilla Chambers. That's
Yeah.
my big 3.
Yeah, it's Sigourney and Priscilla for top 2 for me. And then
Disasterina's my wild card.
Yeah, I feel that.
But what would you say? Same for those two.
Definitely those two.
But who else are you seeing it for?
I mean, I would really love to see Dahlia go far, but I also feel like we kind of chit-chatted about this before. Dahlia's entire run on season 2 was about how she was in, or season 3 was about how she was in Victoria's Shadow. And so
and then Victoria
just
won.
won. So like, is that going to affect her really bad this time? Maybe she'll be out early. I would love to see Dahlia go far. I have a feel. I think she could. I would love to see Cynthia Dahl go really far. Yeah, I mean, it's just such a good lineup that I'm like, who the hell? But I am like Team Sigourney.
Yeah.
All the way.
I'm excited to see more of Jaharia because they're the one I've seen the least of, I would say. Yeah. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
And then also just like another wild card, JK's promo look.
Oh, JK
was
top 4.
So strong.
Yeah.
I loved that killer like prom look.
Yeah, it was
I thought
good.
that was amazing. So that actually made me excited because they can turn out those really fun, like the bellhop look they did or whatever. They have those really fun moments. So I enjoy that.
Are you expecting any legacy challenges to come back? They might do a season 2 premiere tribute, but I can't remember what the season 2 premiere was.
That was the Cenobite challenge.
Where I could see them doing
which
that.
was fierce. Well, and so I was thinking of season 2 challenges, and maybe because we talked about it before the pod, but the horror challenge where they did the slashers,
the camp one.
I think that would be fun,
good.
but maybe remaking it, and this time they're the killers. Like a fun way to do the legacy, but it's like make your own short film 80s slasher, but you have to create the killer. Cool. And, you know, direct the scene, essentially. Yeah. And then it would be a very memey episode. Because
first.
Meme. It would be very, like, memey because, like, there'll be queens, like, in full slasher geesh, like muffled, like, okay, so you stand over there, and then I'm going to stand over you and start stabbing you. You know,
that could be hilarious.
Very Loris in the bunny prosthetic.
Not today.
Not today.
I kind of hope we'll get DVD again. I would love to
Debbie
see that.
Delight would
Debbie
be
Delight
gorgeous.
Part 2. I do not want to see a D&D challenge. I love the D&D
DVD,
challenges.
no D&D.
No D&D. Yes.
Yes, PNP. I don't want to see no Nosferatu beach party. How about that?
Okay, that would be fun, though. If the theme was Nosferatu beach party again, like, give us one more. Do it again.
Please.
Or, like, anglerfish beach party. I would love to see that. That was such a fun challenge.
I think they've done it multiple times, but the sci-fi challenge from 2 is another iconic one. I really love that one. So I don't know. I just love that with Titans, they went with a lot of like classic vibes, like with the iconic Halloween monsters for the first episode. Like, I just want stuff like that where it's just giving me like good old classics.
It was very reminiscent of Titans 1, that very first challenge where they were doing the Halloween party. I really liked that. A lot of people were not a fan of the promo at all, but I thought it was so cute. I really enjoyed it.
Yes. So I'm excited to see what happens. I feel like it's going to be a very messy, very toxic season.
Totally. The Boulets said something in one of their most recent stage shows that someone gets disqualified. So I'm like, Abora?
Oh my God, could you imagine?
I'm like, who would get disqualified from this group? Loris or Abora? I'm like, maybe Zava?
Disasterina brings a bomb. I get sued. I heard Disasterina brought a bomb.
This will have already, by the time this drops, it'll have been weeks since it had been out. So it'll be interesting to see where we're at when this finally hits. But let's get into season 1 of Dragula. This was on Hey Queen TV.
I know, the whiplash of when I opened up the first episode and it was like, Hey Queen.
Right?
I don't know why I thought it was going to be like Shutter. I don't know why I thought it got like taken down and reposted at some point. I realized this is the original
OG.
And speaking of which, because I was going to say it's off pod, but on pod, this is very different also than any of the Drag Race viewing experiences
Completely.
when I rewatch them, because I would rewatch the episode and then I would open the comments from 8 years ago, or I think it was 8 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And some of them were bananas.
Bananas.
And one thing I noticed
Yeah.
was there was a lot of young Loris stans
Yes.
who hated anyone fat.
Oh, completely. Yeah, there was a
Um,
lot of fat phobia.
A lot of fat phobia. And I think there's a lot of there's a lot of people also defending more Meatball than Frankie.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw a lot of Frankie negativity in the chat.
As if that's not what's about to happen today.
No. No. Well.
No.
Well. But I noticed there was a lot of it felt like a lot of stands of these kinds of the Drag Race thing playing out, but with Dragula of
Totally.
fans of the younger, prettier ones
Mm-hmm.
being oh, but she's trying so hard and she's doing all these things, and meanwhile this fat ugly bitch over here is doing absolutely the same thing every week,
Right.
loving it. Basically the experience when you open up the comment section.
Totally. It's nuts. They really wilded out on those comments. So at the time, I think you were still on Instagram, yes?
Yes.
Do you remember seeing any of these shows, the Dragula shows in LA before this aired? Because I remember watching a bunch of Boulay stuff before the girls got on. I remember I had seen a couple of these girls in the shows that the Boulays had done. Obviously, I knew about Melissa because I was performing at the time. Everyone was talking about Melissa.
Yeah.
And I remember when we went to that first drag con, that very first one, I remember we were walking in an upstairs area looking for a bathroom because Jake had to pee. And I saw this green creature come out. They had this huge sculptural tree headpiece. Looked like an alien, had the fiercest mug I had ever seen in my life. And I'm like, who the hell is that? And people were taking photos with them. It was Loris. And I went and followed Loris right then and there, only for Dragula to come out very recently. And I'm like, I've been following this bitch since at DragCon.
That's
So
hilarious.
I knew of a bunch of these girls before they got on. So this was kind of an interesting, exciting experience at the time for me to see them oh, I knew them.
Yeah.
You know?
I knew who Melissa B. Fierce was by notoriety.
Right.
Well, especially also because we are SoCalians.
Yes.
So I think we also have a bit of a different perspective. This is funny because they said everyone knew Ursula. I think Ursula was probably bigger in the alt scene, which I
Very
of course
likely.
was not in at my I think I was still a minor at the
You
time.
were 13 or 14.
No, I don't think I was that young.
You were young when we went to that first drag con.
I was a child. I was definitely not of age yet. So
Yeah.
I didn't even have my license yet. So I was not in the alt scene, but I knew who Melissa B. Fierce was just because I think everyone in that area kind of knew her if you were at least somewhat plugged into the local drag.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember where I was going to go with that. But
Ursula alt scene is where you were.
Ursula, alt scene, Loris,
Somewhere around
there's
there. We're
a whole. I
SoCalians.
was gonna try and connect it all back to where we were at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, and then also I knew who the Boulets were.
Yeah.
Also, oh yeah, I was gonna say it was different too because in terms of the tapestry of lore, I had seen Boulets Paint Me Bitch and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Or not Paint Me Bitch. What's
James
the
St. James looking
transformations. Yes, because the WoW presence programs used to be a lot more
diverse.
rich. Yes. And so you'd be exposed to other drag artists outside of Drag Race, which they don't really do anymore.
Sadly.
But I was introduced to the Boulets through that. I was like, who the hell are these people?
Yeah.
And I saw they were hosting their own thing. I was like, oh, okay, fierce. So they were the only names I knew, the Boulets and Melissa. Everyone else I was introduced to after.
Okay.
And I mean, I feel like that's most of the case with Dragula is compared to Drag Race. where sometimes you actually will legitimately like know names beforehand. Dragula, I feel like I'm more so introduced to like really like cool local artists.
Right.
I mean, that's the case with Drag Race too, but I'm just, especially not being on social media, it's harder for me to get connected to these women, these ghoulish women. Because I think one of the only ones I've known, the only two I've known were Madeline Hatter and Eva Destruction.
Right.
Of the whole franchise.
They were like Tumblr girlies, weren't they?
They were everything.
They were
girlies.
everything.
I mean, Eva was like also very YouTube viral.
Totally.
Madeline Hatter was one of those girls where I feel like every season they're like, she's going to be on.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, there's some names too that are like probably people who were more plugged into the scene new. But I guess another cool thing about Dragula is like, especially nowadays with Drag Race, it feels like we never get this like unheard of like artist or like
someone who's new,
true like really amazing like deep cut rare find.
Totally.
And like Dragula is like, yeah, if you seem like you're creative and cool, like let's go. And I love that they honor like any type of artist, and even people who I love how accepting Dragula is with casting too, of like, oh, this is like maybe like a facet of your drag that you want to explore more.
Jade and Melissa.
Yeah. I mean, even
Anna.
Well,
Yuri.
even Foxy this season, she talked about her experience of like she usually, well, kind of forced to, but you know, usually doing more like top 40, like more pop stuff.
Yeah. Get on
but
up.
And that's also the thing with it too, is some of these girls, it's not because they don't want to, but like you don't get the opportunity to always truly explore that drag because it's not as lucrative,
right,
in a lot of environments because of, you know, how sanitized we are.
Right.
So it's cool too that it creates a space where people are welcome to do it to the fullest, like
however they want,
like Melissa be fierce.
Melissa be top 3 at some point. I think I've known almost every season. There's always been a good handful of ghouls that have come on.
Oh yeah, you knew Miss Kendra personally.
Kendra, I am close friends with. I knew of Landon and had seen Landon perform when Landon got on.
I forgot to mention Landon. Well, Landon's also a pretty big local name.
Right.
Because even like when I brought up Landon to people who didn't even know what Dragula was, I've introduced people to the show and they're like, oh, I know Landon.
Yeah.
Like, I've met them at a college event, like stuff like that. Like Landon's out there doing
walking children in nature.
Landon is literally walking children in nature. Yeah.
Landon's everywhere. I mean, obviously I knew of Jade, but I can't remember who else was in 4 that I knew of before they got on. 5, I knew of Anna and had been following Anna for a long time. 6, I had known of one of those ghoulies before they got on there. I don't remember who it was. But yeah, like, I knew of Fantasia. No, Fantasia was 5, wasn't she?
Oh, see, this is when it starts getting a little fuzzy.
It's all blurry. I knew of Fantasia.
We're getting a little too far into the future.
Right.
My crystal ball is.
We haven't read that VHS yet. We haven't not read it. We haven't put that VHS tape in yet. My references are all over the place. I'm frail. Okay, so our ghoulies this season, which the Boulets distinctly refer to them as drag queens and use a lot of femme pronouns this whole season, which is so interesting because they don't do that much anymore.
Yeah. Well, because also I think they've expanded their casting more because it's like...
Totally.
It's like not... Because it's even more than just like they have kings, they have queens, they have...
Non-binary individuals.
They have ghosts. They have dogs, like
witches,
monsters, like
little piss pups.
Literally like...
And then there's Jay Jolie. Oh, putting a pin in the cast really quick. The intro is in a cemetery, and I inappropriately laughed. So it's like really fierce, really sickening. They're walking through the cemetery. They open up the crypt door. The camera angle changes, and it's clearly the side door of a bar because you see that silver emergency exit bar.
You're
And
like,
they're
no, wait a minute.
where's the emergency exit bar in the crypt?
Yes. You're like, Mama, this place has a fire exit.
There's a fire exit on the back of the stone door. What is happening?
Mama, this building's ADA compliant. What's going on?
This is fire department safe. I thought
Mama,
that was
OSHA's here. What's happening?
Mama HR said that you could use that door. So our cast is, and we'll just blow through them really quick because we'll talk about them more as we go. We got Xochitl Mochi, Ursula Major, Foxy Ajua, Vander Von Odd, our winner, Meatball, Loris, Frankie Doom, Pinche, and Melissa Be Fierce. I remember the room being gagged about Melissa from the time, and I remember the internet being gagged about Melissa.
Yes.
She was such a huge name. Her family was huge. Like, everybody in SoCal knew Melissa.
Yes.
And I remember personally being like, why is she here? She doesn't do this kind of drag. And that's like a storyline that she gets all season.
You said that was strange to me.
I said that was weird for me. Also, they're not mic'd. Did you notice that?
Did I notice it? I was listening with headphones. What do you mean?
Did you hear the cameraman half the time going,
No, okay. Jumping ahead. What episode
it's
was
the
it?
entire reunion.
It might have been the episode. Well, yes, but
the
also
entire
the,
reunion is mouth
the
breathing.
episode where they're talking about Loris, I think, her monologue. You literally hear like the queen's talking, and then behind the camera, like,
Yes, yes.
I was like, are they? Is the crew whispering and is picking it up? But literally, nobody's mic'd. It's all echoing because they're in empty rooms. They're in like
Yes.
empty like stage rooms. And then they try to do the Drag Race thing where the Boulets will voice over something that they did not say in the
Totally.
room. And it's literally like ba ba da ba da ba da ba. And then ba da ba da ba da ba da. Like the stark change in audio quality is insane. The episode where they're in the desert had one of the best audio qualities of the season.
That was such good audio quality. I think they had a boom arm out there or something.
And there were still the wind sounds being picked up every once in a while. Yeah.
It was crazy. So the Boulets say that they're going to be competing in a way that drag queens never have, which is so fierce to start out.
Yeah.
And they're going to be giving their wickedest witch for this first challenge. They're so dramatic about it. And they're like, and the death of the wicked witch.
They're serving because they can't vamp on the TV yet.
Yeah.
We're not there yet, so they have to put on a little show for the girls.
Mm-hmm. They are given a little show. So let's talk about the looks really quick. Did you have anybody that you really loved from this Wicked Witch? Because it's fast. It's all quick, episode one. It's literally like, do your wickedest witch. Bam, here's the runway.
It's like, okay, but also the entire floor show was like a minute and 30 seconds.
It was so fast.
I mean, the whole episode's really fast.
It's
like
quick.
in the season wide is kind of a thing where there'll be like, all right, you're like, I think it was episode 3 or 4 where literally the Boulets were in one look and they introduced the challenge while the queens were already fully in mug for the challenge. And then they're like, we'll see you soon. And then it cuts to black and then they're at the floor show
In a different outfit.
Yes. It was the ones where they had the Audrey 2s on their head.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah.
it's like this, because they're all a half hour.
Yeah.
It happens
They get slightly
so
longer
fast.
each episode. You were saying before that I kind of agree with, is it almost feels like just a day in the life documentary of backstage.
Yes.
But the way that we as an audience perceive it is almost like, hey, do you want to go up to Hamburger Mary's tonight? They're going to have the alternative queens up there. And so then you're like, oh yeah, let's go. And you show up and you're like, what's the theme tonight? And you're like, I don't know. Everyone starts coming out as witches. And you're like, oh, cool.
I think you're gonna say they all come out with, but why do you have a bag on your head? Not the Grinch.
They're all the Grinch. The theme is the Grinch. That one's Martha May. That one's the Grinch.
Yeah,
that
they all
one's
come out
Max.
as witches. Yes,
They all
very
come out
that.
as witches. And it's like, oh, cool. Like, it's all just very quick day in the life documentary, which is fascinating.
Yeah, no, that's tea. I mean, it definitely is giving. It was on YouTube.
Yeah, it's definitely giving that. Though you can see the bone structure of what is currently Dragula now,
Yeah.
but like that floor show was fast.
You know what I will say? In respect to these women,
Mm-hmm.
the quality of performance in the floor show was unwavering.
Yeah.
From newer seasons to now. And I kind of also, it makes me think too, when the Boulets give critiques to girls on newer seasons of like, you have the stage, use it.
Yeah.
It probably makes them think of like flashback to this when literally
Right.
these queens are on like a shoebox giving like the show of their lives. Like,
I just thought about Violet falling through that stage.
breaking through the table.
It's literally they're on a
Split
card
through.
table.
No, literally, but like that size stage, like
Yeah.
these queens are in the tiniest little room, no music, you can hear their shoes. Sometimes they include the audio of their shoes, which is crazy.
Like when Drag Race used to do that, they used to
Yes,
put the
but
shoe
it's like
sound
an
effects.
echoey room and you hear them like clunking around, no music. But it's like, it does make me realize, like, I bet the bullies remember, like, these queens would literally, like, scream and thrash around and do the most, like, literally, like, it's giving, like, Hollywood audition. When they're in
Totally.
this, like, awkward, like, really, like, echoey room and they have to, like, do the most for this, like, group of people. It's giving that.
It's giving that.
But yeah, these floor shows are, like, a minute and a half for all the queens put together.
And they're all spliced together. So they almost blend into each other.
And it goes straight from like one look to the next look to, oh, she's getting thrown with water.
Yeah.
Compared to like new Dragula, they would do all the floor show looks and then it would cut. And then it would then switch to them being thrown with water.
Yeah.
Speaking
all their
of which-
performance side.
Speaking of which,
Speaking of which,
did you see what Israel was wearing this first episode?
as the Dorothy,
Yes!
that they cross-dressed Israel as Dorothy.
And it's like they don't highlight it. That's what's funny.
It's
like
so funny.
it's not like a huge like here's like here's Israel as Dorothy
Yeah.
moment, but it's just like, oh, that
So,
big buff man is
That big
dressed as
buff
Dorothy.
giant dude. I was listening to their podcast just to get some extra tea. And Drac was saying they used to do this in their Dragula show. And Drac would run backstage, get in Dorothy drag really quick, and then come out and throw buckets of water on the girls.
That's so funny.
And so when they did it to Israel, it was like an homage to that.
That
which is so cunty.
That's gorge.
That's
Cunty,
everything.
That's gorge.
So obviously, Vander worked me the fuck out. Vander was everything. That look was so solid. It was this beautiful creature. It was almost like an Aussian witch to me. It was so in theme while also being extremely Vander.
Yeah.
But the moment that they won was when they tasted the water and said, LA tap water, and then screamed. I also loved Meatball's Candy Witch. I
That
thought
was in the bottom?
fierce. Yeah, I thought it was great. I liked it.
Okay,
it
well,
was
so
really
I'll
good.
take one up for my girl Loris. I
Oh.
actually liked hers.
I did that Leather Witch was fun.
I get the performance was bad because when they played back the clip of her taking off, it was
Absolutely.
actually wretched and
Was
embarrassing. But I thought the look itself was so dope. So, what a struggle.
I don't understand why Pinche had the black glitter makeup, but then none of it was anywhere else. And also, like, no, it's not a problem. I
It-
don't think it's like when Jimbo
It's only
did
a
that
problem
thing.
aesthetically for me.
Yeah,
I'm not the one to
aesthetically.
say. But also, no lash on one eye, girl. What?
Right?
Just because you're blind in that eye doesn't mean you can't have a lash on it.
Put that on a t-shirt. That's
Period.
scalding.
I mean, it's T because she has the white eye, the white contact in
True.
the eye, but like
But no lash.
but no lash.
Where's the artistry?
Like blindness and alopecia, big a struggle.
Honestly,
I thought Melissa B. Fierce gave the very Drag Race like, this is witch-ish.
if it was Queen of Hearts,
Like, you know how like on Drag Race, like
You know
they'll
that
have a
thing.
runway and there's still 12 of them.
yeah,
So the one who does the one where it's like, I guess the shape of that is kind of giving witch.
right.
And so
if you
she's
were to
safe.
squint and turn around,
That's what Melissa was giving, but wasn't she in the top for it?
I think she was safe.
Oh, they talked to her, but
Oh,
it's hard because they
I think
talk
all
to
got
everyone.
critiques. Yeah.
It's hard to tell. Well, it's hard to quantify, at least I guess in Drag Race terms, so to speak, where there's like high, safe,
Yeah.
low. But I appreciate that they do talk to everyone.
Me
But they
as well.
don't do that anymore. But I appreciate that because it was a smaller group. They took the time to intimately like critique everyone.
You know, I think I've got this. Okay, so Xochi is, I have the critique. Xochi is told she was amazing, but that Vander was the top witch of the night. Foxy is called as a high player. And then they name the 3 low players, which are Loris, because she was clunky in her performance. Melissa, even though they loved her stage presence, they thought she was giving villain from Gem and the Holograms. And then the guest judge said she was cross-dressing for less.
Yes.
And then Pinche is called as low since she was not cohesive. And Meatball is also called low because her costume was a liability, but her acting was great. I loved Meatball's outfit. I must be crazy. You know what was crazy, though, about this whole thing?
What?
The Boulets say that they are crowdfunding the cash prize of $10,000.
I wasn't going to bring it up.
I forgot they did that. I mean, that is so, like, club drag.
Yeah.
I remember one of my first competitions I did, they told the audience that they could tip one of the specific queens, like one of the hosts, and they would pool up the money, and that would go into a suitcase for whoever won at the end of, like, the 12 weeks. Like, this is so bar drag. Bar queen!
Bar queen.
And I kind of live.
I mean, that is fierce. You're right. I mean, I guess it says too, because now the Boulets are in a place where they can say $100,000 courtesy of us.
Yeah, that's kind of
But it's like, I mean, maybe it's also hard because maybe they were having a hard time getting sponsors too. But like,
I can imagine no one wanted to take a risk on this. They're like,
Yeah.
well, Drag Race is the leading thing. You don't want to compete with them. How are you providing a service that's different? And what makes you not just something else that could just be a little mini competition series on the internet?
and you know, it's amazing for the growth of the show,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the BB problem for Xander of like
Xander?
Xander's on odd. Vander of like she literally like did so much.
Yeah,
Spoiler, she vomited on that stage for y'all.
vomited.
And she had to get her little crowdfunded tip.
Of $10,000.
Chump change, $10,000. What would anyone do with that? No.
Okay, so in a universe where the Boulets do a like season 7 All-Star style, all winners,
Yeah.
and it's Vander, Bitch, Landon, Dolly, who then? Victoria was then next.
Girl.
Oh my God, why am I forgetting her name? From season 5, the winner. I see her face. She's got that Nihuru. And then who won 6? I just watched that. We just watched. It's right there.
The one I love,
Yeah.
Mi Amor. What's their name?
I see it. I see it
What
in my
is their
face.
name?
Asia Consent.
Asia Consent.
See, there's too much brain rot. And then whoever wins this season of Titans.
Yeah.
Do you think they would do like elimination? And if so, how far do you think Vander would go?
I think Vander would be a finalist.
I think so too.
I think Vander just like has like
The sauce.
Vander was like, I feel like they found exactly what they were looking for
Mhm.
on their
Early.
first go
Yeah.
with Vander. And I feel like that's so like
Rare.
magical. Yeah.
Super rare.
Like
Yeah.
they really found their like Dragula with her.
I think it'd be Vander, Landon, and Neo would probably be the finalists if they did elimination style, like a short capsule season.
Yeah.
But it would be interesting for sure. Okay, so very first extermination challenge, which was very different because I think we were so used to Drag Race with the lip syncs for your life.
Yeah.
They put them through Fear Factor shit, which is crazy.
Okay, and no wonder they couldn't, like, they had to crowdfund a prize. They were freaking buying coffins and burying these people alive.
Paying
Like,
for liability insurance.
literally, probably the insurance, like,
If they even had it at all.
Otherwise, they're just like waiver.
Waivers. They probably just did waivers and NDAs. They probably
Yeah.
did not have any liability insurance
How
because
many-
I know they do now.
How many things did they have to have these women sign? Like, okay, sign here. Okay, sign here. Okay, sign this. Okay, sign this. Please read this. Okay.
Please read that and make sure you say yes.
Sign, date, initial,
Yeah.
thumbprint. Like,
Blood pact.
yeah.
I wondered too, like, I mean, I don't think too many of these, besides the pig brains, I don't think too many of these things would have killed them. It would have maimed maybe a little bit.
I mean, like, I think the burying, well, no, the burying alive, they could get them out quick and easy. Like, they didn't actually bury them alive.
I think they just put the casket on top of them
Because I was going to say, like,
and then piped in sounds.
the only thing, like, I feel like with any of them would be, like, a heart attack, which, like, you can, is kind of inevitable with, like,
shock.
it's kind of inevitable with, like, a lot of stuff, you know?
Yeah. What'd you think about this buried alive situation with the maggots and the water and stuff that get dropped on them?
I would not.
Mm-mm.
Because I actually, like, no tea, I could get buried alive, no problem.
Yeah.
Put me in that coffin, let me chill.
Right.
Bugs,
Boogs, maggots.
boogs,
And
maggots.
crickets.
Get that maggot off that TV. I'm not watching that.
Get that maggot out of the coffin. I am not eating that.
Can I say,
Yeah.
I saw a maggot in real life like a couple of weeks ago, and it was like traumatizing.
It's really, really gross, aren't they?
It was like actually haunting.
They're really gross. They're squirmy and they move in such a weird vibration that it freaks you out.
Someone left like this is Dragula.
This is drag.
This is Dragula. Someone left their leftover chicken tacos from like a week ago in a trash can that was slightly accessible to like outdoors.
Yeah.
So somehow maggots
Maggots got in.
maggot tacos.
It's
And then
neat.
even crazier,
Mm.
Happy Halloween, a freaking spider strung that maggot up. There,
Oh my God.
There's a maggot like inching along, and it got caught in the web, and it literally got suspended. It
You
was
watch this in
fierce.
slow-mo?
It was mid-air. Yeah, like it was hogtied. It was fierce.
It's
and
crazy.
then the spider went to town on it.
I've seen a spider catch a fly once, and it was kind of art to watch.
Yeah, it
was mystifying.
It's,
but
that
the creature
spider's
is awful.
art pop could mean anything.
Stop it right now. Okay. The Boulets were saying in their podcast that they thought that Loris was a little cringy here and a little awkward. But I thought her being like, yes, daddy, piss on me. I thought that's what helped her win. Because, like, she was showing that she wasn't afraid at all.
I know. I feel like there's plenty of times to say that Loris is cringy.
Totally.
This is one of the moments where I feel like she was genuinely being like funny.
Yeah.
I feel like she was trying to perform as opposed to Meatball was just weathering the storm.
I think I just peed myself.
And
Oh, yep. I peed.
because like Meatball's like naturally funny.
Totally.
You know, but I feel like Meatball is just making it through.
Yeah.
And Pinche was just mannequin challenge.
Yeah. Don't move. Challenge.
Yeah, literally. They said the less I move, perfect. Where I feel like Loris was trying to like perform through it, which like that to me made sense.
Mm-hmm. Loris is an interesting character because she realizes they're making TV. And I think had Loris not been there, I wonder how successful the show would have been. Because I know that there's a bunch of twinks that were really into Loris and they helped boost up the ratings and stuff. But like without Loris being there and everyone just competing with like no problems, I almost feel like it would be like doing Drag Race season 1 without Chanel or Rebecca.
What would this season been without Loris and Melissa Be Fierce?
Totally.
They were the necessary ingredients to make this show happen the way it did.
They made it TV.
Because, like, obviously we needed people like Vander. I mean, even people like Xochitl really brought that, like, Dragula element.
Yeah.
But we also needed people like Loris and Meatball.
Meatball
too.
Meatball too.
The
I mean,
other
a lot
end.
of them.
Loris, Meatball, Melissa to, like, really bring color. But, like...
Yeah.
Because, I mean... Loris was a drama machine.
Absolutely.
Like, not necessarily personally intentionally, but just always people talking about her from start to finish. And then Melissa just naturally being such like a bombastic character and creating sparks. Like that's just like both like great recipes for reality TV. Like someone who talks a lot and someone who's talked about a lot. Those are the two best characters you can have.
You need that in order to have staying power. And I think, honestly, say what you will about Loris now, but I think she is a big credit of why the show kind of took off, because she was getting that friction, that activation going.
Well, yeah, polarizing character, because it seemed like she was disliked in the room, loved outside of the room after the fact.
Yeah. And like, for anyone who is listening, I'm not crediting Loris for the success of the show. I just feel like
Loris is Dragula.
I feel like when you have a show that's just like chill vibes and everyone's just doing their thing, it's hard to stay interested and plugged in as a fan. Like, I only watched a little bit of Camp Wanakiki, but I don't really remember there being a lot of drama or friction. I kind of just remember everyone having fun. And I feel like that's why it kind of stayed idle where it was.
Yeah.
And didn't ever really reach the level that Dragula did. Because it just didn't have that extra spark that makes people want to tune into the TV side of it. You know what I mean?
Yes, totally. And that is a thing of like, I know there's like, well, this is like, it should just be a competition. And I feel that. But also, there's the psychological part of like, the way that it plays into your emotions genuinely affects how you're perceiving the competition.
Yeah.
Because like, obviously she did a really good job her season, but part of why Sharon was so loved was because she was going against Jeremy.
Yeah.
And people hated Jeremy.
Totally.
And so like anytime Sharon did good, people were like, yes, like she showed her what's up. And that kind of just happens with any time when people are fighting and then one of the people in the fight does good. Like, and that's kind of like Stan Wars too. Totally. Like when a girlie has a hit. But it's like that sort of mentality, like that fuels your investment in the competition itself.
Yeah.
Is like your own like emotional connection to that competitor, whether it be love or like disdain. Like it affects how you're viewing what they're doing, what their competitors are doing, because also like maybe you just hate one competitor so much that you want the people around them to do good.
Totally.
So you can decide when other people do good and you're paying attention to what they're doing more, like stuff like that. And obviously we should just enjoy the art for the art, but there is something to say for how competition, reality TV psychology plays into us maybe even further enjoying the competition, even if it gets out of hand.
Well, and I think as a society, we really are not very good about nuance these days. Especially when this aired, it was kind of when a lot of those quick clips, reactionary things were dropping, clickbait. It sort of changes the mentality of the average viewer who's not really looking for the subtle nuance. They want the thing that's going to punch them across the face and go, whoa, I have a reaction to that, whether that's positive or negative. So I think Loris and Melissa really do that this season. I think they give that reactionary thing, because otherwise it's just a solid competition.
Yes, which is fun.
I love it.
It's not, you wouldn't rewatch a solid like just competition. You know?
It's not really going to reach mainstream either. It's why people don't really like Canada's Drag Race, because they don't like punch you across the face with these reactionary moments. They just try to have a great competition. The people who love it, but like it hasn't really reached the levels of stuff like Italia or España or Philippines.
I was like, what Italia. Are you talking
España
about?
Or Philippines, where like there are some of those high stakes moments. Yes, Drag Race Italia. Everyone loves.
It sounds iconic as Drag Race Italia.
Definitely not. So Pinche is our first out. They are burned at the stake. Very Myrtle yell, Balenciaga. The curly red wig was so crazy. I didn't realize it was Pinche at first.
Right. You're like,
I'm like, I don't remember any of these girls going home. And it was because of this look. Pinche's not at the finale.
No, she's a pile of dust.
A pile of dust. Apparently Pinche had another show that was already pre-booked and they couldn't adjust it. So I wonder if that informed the burning at the stake. Like if we just burn you and turn you into ash, we cannot physically bring you back for the reunion because you're ash.
Because is it season 2 or season 3 where they're going through everyone? Is it season 2 with Felony where they're going down all the deceased girls? And Drax's like, who the fuck is this?
I think so. Oh, it's so good. I love this show. So in episode 2 is when the ghoulies find out who went home. They skipped all the intro fanfare. It just shows them getting ready in mug. They're like backstage at this bar getting
They're
ready.
already. Vander's in full mug. The white
Yeah.
triangle has been created, and like it's crazy because you don't even know what the challenge is yet. But you see some of these people like 80% ready, like mug wise.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah,
looking at Ursula and then looking at freaking Melissa right afterwards, I'd be like, what the hell is this challenge?
speaking of Melissa,
Uh-huh.
obsessed with her through this entire beginning, the quote unquote like fallout.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when everyone's coming back, she's got her bedazzled mask on, and she is like so bothered by like
Mean mugging.
Loris comes in and she's just open mouth like,
Bitch, why the fuck are you here?
Yeah,
Why
she's
are you
like-
here again?
I can't believe she's back. And she's talking and she's just looking around like it's giving very much Mariah in season 3 when like people would be like talking and then it just cuts to Mariah like looking like what the hell?
Go get my handbag.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all thought Loris was going to go home, which is wild.
Well, not the first time.
No.
Not the last
and
time.
not
I
the
mean.
last. It's the first, but not the last. They're then given some shots. And they're told by the Boulets that they're going to transform into female wrestlers. It's emphasized female wrestlers. And I wrote down that it's interesting to see them use gendered language because they avoid that like the plague nowadays.
Yeah. Because they probably say like what, like wrestling monsters now.
Yeah, very like I don't think they've done a wrestling challenge in a while, have they? I feel like they did one in season 5 for like the top 4.
But like
Or
I
something.
love this kind of idea of like it's the closest to doing like an athletic challenge.
Yeah.
But like even like kind of like a roller derby monster kind of thing where
Yeah.
it's like something like pseudo athletic but like fun and quirky.
Did you have anyone that you really loved from this group?
I mean, I thought Vander was really cool, but
Yeah.
honestly, on rewatch, I was like, I feel like Meatball should have won.
Meatball really did the thing.
Because I think Meatball was like almost like a cartoon wrestler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there was something so like it felt like a wrestler for people who've never watched wrestling. But like in a good way, you know?
Didn't she like body slam a cheeseburger or something?
That's what I mean is it was so like farcical and like ridiculous. Like I kind of enjoyed that. And I mean the like reveal of like just like ripping off like the stomach piece and it was just like her belly.
Yeah,
Like
it was
I don't know,
camp.
there's something where it's so like I feel like it was a great like introduction to like more of like the Meatball character of
Totally.
like what she was trying to do, just like that like kind of clowny like fun silly character.
Right.
So I really liked hers, and then yeah, Vander's.
I think visually Vander is my favorite. You
Yeah.
cannot go wrong with that look and that pink triangle, that matador concept. I really love whatever that brocade is. It's so hot.
The mannequin.
The mannequin.
I was getting like stressed. I was getting the UK sensation of seeing her throw her body around.
Oh, you're like you're gonna hurt
I felt like I was
yourself.
watching a UK lip sync because yeah,
Yeah.
she kept like body slamming into like her full shoulder
Yeah.
into that mannequin.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but
No,
did you
say-
see Abby Lee Miller on Mistress
Sure did.
talking about how they're gonna hurt themselves? And then she was
Yes.
talking about that one dancer that like popped their hip out of place, like it
Yes.
literally came out while they were jumping. That scared the shit out of me.
No, it's ooky spooky. But I mean, she is right though. Like, you know, that's some of the stuff too that you don't feel the repercussions until later.
Yeah.
Cause it's like, yeah, you're like young and like your body can keep up now, but like once it can't keep up, It's gonna haunt you, girl.
Every time Kiana ground pounds her spine into the ground in Philippines, I'm like, you're gonna break a disc.
Kiana is literally a daredevil, and it stresses me out so much. The way she'll spend 10 seconds in the air before she plants her spine flat on that plexiglass stage.
Oh God, it hurts every time.
I'm like, paralysis.
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 What did you think about Foxy's poop story? Because I was kind of getting like one of those 70s dancer shows, but like she shit herself. I was not getting wrestler at all from the look.
Girl, I pooped myself.
I pooped myself on the Soul Train.
I mean, I didn't personally love it.
Yeah.
But I love that she had that like permanent Tammy Brown face the whole performance, where like she had that like one like lip kind of like snarled
The
and like
Vengabus
up in one.
performance?
Yes, very that. Where it's just like up in like baring teeth just in one corner, very Two-Face.
Totally.
She had that Two-Face mouth. And I loved that.
I love that she incorporated filth. Because like,
I mean, yes,
nobody
this is
does
like
that.
the first example of filth on Dragula.
Mm-hmm.
I think this season's best example of filth, in my opinion. Well, we'll get there. But yeah, this is like true like early filth for Dragula, and I think that's also why they wanted to celebrate it too. It was also very resourceful because I know she said, and I think the next episode she forgot all of her props for this.
Oh right.
And I think Melissa gave her the idea to just like put foundation on her. But she sold it.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting, and I understand why they praised her. Something we glazed over that they say in episode 1 is that they're looking for one of the tenets of Dragula being punk. And that's something that they don't ever talk about again. I don't remember this being a tenet in season 2, but punk is a huge deal in this.
And I think I do get that is like important though, because I think that word is kind of what they mean too with, like, I think filth and punk are also very interconnected, because I think there's like a very like punkiness to filth. And like I think that like a lot of like what they do, like sometimes when it misses the grunge, what they really mean is like that punkiness and like the like countercultureness of it all. But yeah, I mean, I get that they're like probably trying to like you know, the less words you use to describe what you're looking for, the better, probably, because, you know, you don't want to confuse. But I also get that, like, it is very punk. Like, Dragula still is very punk.
Extremely. It's just not really ever spoken about anymore, which is interesting. So we have our bottoms that are called to go off. I think this was Vander is called the winner. Oh, no, wait. Loris is told she did the best this week. Because she grew.
Did you agree with that?
I thought it was Vander.
I thought it was Meatball.
Vander or Meatball for me, but I hear you. I don't think it was Loris. I think Loris was good.
High safe.
High safe, yeah. And then we get Xochi, Ursula, Frankie, and Melissa as the bottoms.
Can I say?
Yeah.
I don't think Melissa did that bad.
Interesting. I don't know who else I would have stuck down there.
Well, I don't think there need to be. Well, for the challenge,
for the extermination, there had to be 4. I don't think I could justify Foxy being bottom over Melissa.
That's fair, because I definitely agree with the other 3.
Yeah,
I think the other 3 were all kind of the fool in their respective lanes. Xochi,
Melissa was a bystander, I think, in this accident.
Xochi, I actually really loved the concept. But
the lizard wrestler?
Yes, but when she took the cover off, when she took that green muumuu off, that Lady Bunny green muumuu off, and she had the like black leotard, I thought it was Bush. I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God. I thought it was Bush too. There's too much of it.
It was a gag.
That's a merkin. I also don't, I mean, why is the neck not connected? Like, why
is she wearing pearls?
Why does she have pearls? There's so many questions.
What lizard do you know wears dinner pearls?
The ones from Jupiter, of
course.
They come in their fanciest dinner pearls. So they head out to go mud wrestle.
I had to skip through a lot of this. It
was
started looking
uncomfortable, wasn't it?
unsavory after a while. The mud. I don't like mud.
I don't know.
I don't like mud in any form. It's nature's poop.
Mud is nature's poop.
Because it's the earth grounded down to its most disgusting essence. And what is the human body's form of that? Poop. Mud is poop of the earth.
I'm holding space for this. Melissa, I think, really tries her best to stay and is like determined. And I think that's why she made it through.
Okay. Can I say?
Yeah.
It's iconic. It's hilarious. But how is this all cringy, Boulez?
It's very cringy.
Because you say that Loris is cringy. She is.
Yeah.
Always. But
Melissa was just as cringy.
her saying, before she even gets a lick on Xochitl, my litter bitch. My litter bitch.
It was so uncomfortable. I'm like, ew. Ew, Michelle.
You, Michelle.
Yeah, this was a very uncomfortable challenge. I'm glad that they haven't recycled this exact thing yet. The worst part of it was watching Israel have to like struggle to hold up the pieces of the set because they're falling into it and the ropes are going around their neck. And so Israel's like trying to like readjust it in real time, like without
Hated
saying
it.
anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's not hard for him.
don't choke yourself. Don't die. I gotta fix this. And then just the whole set crashing down on them.
Yeah. It was giving Budge.
Big Budge. Little Budge.
A little Budge.
Those were like...
Will Budge.
It's not Big Budge. It's a
Will
Will Budge. Ursula is then drowned in the toilet bowl. I kind of liked her.
What a way to go.
I kind of liked the Ursula.
Everyone loved Ursula.
I was sad that she didn't go farther.
I mean, the room thought she was top 3. After she was eliminated, I said people at home probably think she's going to be top 3.
Yeah, I thought she would be too. I think it probably could have been Xochitl here that went out.
I mean, it's not like she like... Well, no, I won't say that.
It's not like she made a huge mark after this.
I think Xochitl provides like a necessary level of like punkness.
I hear that. That Ursula maybe was missing a bit of here.
But apparently Ursula had it. It just sounds like they were frustrated with her. That's what it sounded like, because it seemed like she, was not giving what they were wanting her to give.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, sometimes the curse of having a reputation.
100%. You've got a lot of expectations, but they don't really seem to hold too much of that on Melissa, which is interesting. Sorry, it's already started. In episode 3, do I expand on this? No, I won't say anything.
There's plenty of
time. In episode 3, we get our zombie challenge. I love the zombie challenges. I think my favorite of all time is the zombie prom from Titans. I fuck with that challenge so hard.
That one's so cute. Yeah, I love that. But
this one's great. They're in the desert on location for the first time.
Yes.
Which I think it begins with them getting ready to get onto the van to send them out there.
Yeah, they're out on some street in LA, clearly at like 6 a.m.
Early as fuck.
Arms crossed because it's probably cold.
Yeah. In day beats.
I mean...
Jackets and hats.
I was going to say, Frankie comes fully in geesh. They're like, come on, Nurse Jackie. Meatball says, because she's fully in her nurse outfit in beat already. In ghoul beat. That's the other thing. They're not just in any beat. They're in zombie beat.
Zombeat.
Come on, zombie.
I've been thinking about performing again and like how fun it would be to get back out into the scene. But our neighbors have a Ring camera and they're right across the way from us. So I can't be like sneaking out in the middle of the night, like in half drag, like walking up like
to the
hello
Taylor Swift barricade. The Taylor Swift paparazzi barricade where you just put up like one like large black barricade like through the door and then just walk with it in front of you. An umbrella.
Oh, I could
literally just like open an umbrella and like
pop
all they see is like a hand like coming out from in front of the umbrella like
I just saw
fishnets and black pumps like
who's that?
One snapping hand.
Rocky Horror. I just saw a Ring cam video of someone who posted, Our neighbors are drag queens and they always leave us little messages. And it was like literally like two drag queens coming out of their house and they like look at the Ring camera, blow kisses, and they're like, hi, and
Oh
then
my
walk away.
God.
I'm like, that's cute and fierce.
I love that.
It could never be me. I'd be way too afraid. They are in these black gowns in the middle of the desert. The boulets.
Girl, I know, because the people even just like not even in drag yet are already sweating.
Yeah.
And then you see them in full long sleeve, floor length black gowns and hats.
I would have died. I don't know how they did this. They said that they went to a special effects store and got something to put on their face. I can only assume it was like milk of magnesia probably, and like smeared their face with it so that they wouldn't sweat. But like,
I learned that from Drag U.
Yeah. I remember Willem was talking about it, right?
I just remember on Drag U they would have like drag tips or something. And there's one where they're talking about milk of magnesia.
Yeah. It apparently helps you stop sweating, but you can't do too much of it or like you'll suffocate. Your skin can't breathe. So you'll like legit suffocate. Ew.
Happy Halloween.
The ghouls think that Ursula is out because she seemed over it. Turns out they were right. Xochitl first comes in, Melissa then appears, and then Frankie appears, and they all seem like pretty happy about this group. And then they go out to get ready for the challenge. And Foxy, the whole time, is very defeated. She's like really doubting herself, seems really unconfident about the challenge. And I feel like anytime in a competition, when you manifest, I'm going to do bad, you do. Like, I don't want to be too positive speak about it all, but I feel like it really does benefit you to go in so delusionally confident, like, I'm going to kill this. Even if I don't think I'm going to, I'm going to win this one.
Right, because like I didn't even think her look was that bad. So I
No.
feel like you could have like, I don't know. I wondered like just could it have turned out differently if she had really just turned out like the performance, like
Yeah.
came out and like had an amazing kill scene and like had an amazing like floor show. Like, could it have changed the trajectory at all for her?
I think so. If you go out with confidence, I mean, Trixie and Katya were talking a lot about Violet, how every week she was like, I'm going to kill this. I'm going to do good. Even when she was horrible in the challenge, she was like, I'm going to kill it. I'm doing good. And like Violet didn't end up in the bottom.
Yeah. Well, it's just a bummer because I think Foxy was really cool.
Yeah.
They seem like they have a lot of potential, and you know, I would love they need to do another resurrection because I feel like Foxy is made for like a resurrection moment.
Completely. And then come back for like a season 7 or something.
Yeah.
That would be cool. What did you think about this? Because we had some interesting mixes of looks. We had a rabbit. We had a Mexican festival look that we had for some reason. There was a Marie Antoinette, a karaoke drag queen. Like, this is all over the place, story-wise.
There was honestly no one similar zombie.
No.
They were all like completely different backgrounds.
Completely.
And
yeah.
it was funny because none of them really looked like they belonged there either.
Right.
Like, despite all of the different interpretations, they were all somehow still out of place in this desert. You know? Like, none of them were giving desert zombie.
No. And it's like, how did you end up out here, first off?
Yeah.
And like, some of the performances were a little confusing, even if I enjoyed them. I think I was most confused by whatever Meatball was doing. The laughing and the cackling, but then running up and then eating Ian's butt.
Meatball being the most like clearly sentient zombie.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of them played the like mindless route, and Meatball was just clearly like in her own mind.
Yeah.
Just in zombie makeup, like nonverbal.
Yeah.
Just laughing, having a good zombie time.
Have you seen any clips? I think it's a Korean zombie TV show where like they gain sentience in order to deceive people to let them in. They'll like be feral and then they'll walk up and like totally just stand up tall.
Oh
and,
my
like,
God, wait,
knock.
that's crazy.
And they'll be like, hello, let me in. It's me. No, it's me. And then they'll look at them. I remember I saw one clip and there's this person standing outside this glass and they're like, no, I'm not infected. I'm totally fine. Please let me in. And the person's like, yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna have to check. And they start getting a little feral and making faces and snarling, and they're like, oh, I knew you weren't actually a human. And I don't remember what it's called, but I've seen clips of it. It looks terrifying. That's kind of, she was ahead of her time, but she was giving that. Like someone who's a little too sentient.
That's terrifying.
Isn't it? I forget what it's called. I'll have to look it up. But I really loved Vander so much. The articulation of her body is insane. I think also Vander was another one who ate Ian's butt and then murdered them.
They were
so
just
campy.
happy to play with Ian, I think.
I think so. They were like, a big man, we're gonna eat his butt now.
Yeah, in minimal dress. Let's party.
Ian was giving the performance of his life too out there. Like, oh, I'm in my car. Oh, I can't start it. Oh, I need water.
Just his gay struggles out in the desert.
Why was he out there in the middle of the zombie
He was
apocalypse?
in Palm Springs for a party.
I thought Loris was definitely giving more sci-fi horror than anything. Even if I liked the look, I would never look at that and be like, zombie.
I know, because that's the thing is like, it's horror, but I think it's still not zombie enough.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's like a creative interpretation of a zombie, it still has to give some sort of like undead, like come back to eat flesh vibe, you know? And I wasn't getting any of that.
None of it.
It was giving more like I don't know. I feel like this thing would chase me in like an asylum or something.
Completely American Horror Story.
American Horror Stories, Loris.
Oh, yeah, the little mini-sodes.
American Horror Stories, veganism.
Oh my god. Ooh, okay, so Vander is called as the winner, or as the top with Melissa, and they basically are like, Vander, you've been killing it. We want to see you do something filthy. We want to see you do something crazy. Can you? Will you volunteer to be in the bottom? I think this is when Vander won the season. Because, like, if Vander had said, I don't think so, I think it probably would have gone to Frankie at the end.
Yeah, but she was like, yeah.
I'll do it. Like, I'm not afraid of this.
This moment is like a standout moment for her. And then the moment later in the season when they're heading up to San Francisco and like she talks about what Dragula like is.
Yeah.
She like literally gives like such a good thesis. And
Totally.
it's like, because she's saying like it's not just like spooky, because they talk about being compared to Sharon Needles.
Totally.
And she's like, it's not just being spooky, it's like being counterculture.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's also referencing like other queer references, old LGBT figures, like all that. I was like, damn, like she really knows.
She knows
the
her
tea.
history.
Yeah.
Her history.
And she like, as what I was saying earlier, like she really just like, they found her, she found them. Like she is Dragula, and like such like a perfect example of, I think, the kind of artists at that show likes the platform.
Yeah.
That it
was
just
the perfect archetype for season 1 and to win the whole thing. Just perfection. The bottom challenge is to eat some brains.
see any eating challenge on Dragula I could never do.
Yeah, no. Like, I think that would be the number one.
Spiders, brains,
The cockroach thing that they had to do.
cockroaches,
When they had to bob for
mystery
apples.
meat. Like it's all sick. It's all terrible.
disgusting.
I can't do any of it.
No, I would not survive even a day on Dragula.
I would just be doing the thing that like Vander and Foxy were doing of giving feral zombie, but I would just be like literally just
Not
like,
eating it.
Like this is terrible. What show is that? No, but like give it like just like not really like I'm not like necessarily like eating it, but I'm like compounding it and dissolving it with my teeth and my actions in such a way that it looks like I'm eating it. You know what I mean?
I hear what you mean.
Like I'm just separating and like making a mess. I'll fling some of it onto the dirt. Like, you don't have to
Yeah.
know. Like, I'll just look like I'm going ham, but I can't actually consume.
Oh no.
I can't do the fork and knife like the season 2 one when they're at the
Mm.
table and they're eating it. Like,
Oh yeah.
I I
I
would
would
be
not do it.
Dali. I would be
Yeah.
Dali, like looking and laughing and being like, no.
Yeah. Be like, absolutely not. Thank you. I would rather go home. Bye. We talk about the monologue? By choice, I haven't consumed animal for over 2 years, but god damn it, I am not going home today. Not today.
With the leg being hiked up on the table.
And the slowly peeling off of the
And then,
prosthetic.
yeah. And so they say the next episode, but like they literally. Laura circumvents 30 to 45 seconds of the challenge by just monologuing and then getting the prosthetic off.
Right.
So by the time she's in the mix, Foxy's like consumed her food.
She's eaten half of it. Like, actually eaten it. And Loris is still peeling off her prosthetic.
Not today.
I really thought she was cooked. I wonder.
Loris?
Yeah, I thought she was going to be out because Foxy was eating half of it.
Well, and I get what they mean because if they're quantifying like who stays by how they did in the challenge, then like truly Foxy did like really outperform Loris.
Yeah. I think of all of them so far, Foxy's had my favorite extermination. When she finds those ones that lead to the walk-in freezer. I know a lot of drag queens that would work on. I know that would work on me. If I saw a trail of ones, I'd be picking them up too. I'd be like, they go in this freezer.
Some queens would go in a walk-in just to smoke.
Totally.
They don't even need a one.
They'll do it for free.
They say for a vape or a fuck.
Or just to cool down from all the pads.
The sweat.
Yeah.
She didn't have her milk of magnesia.
So she's out next, which was kind of a gag. And in episode 4, the girls think that Foxy ate up everybody. They think that Foxy's for sure coming in.
I know, they were telling why do I keep wanting to call Vander Xander? Xander's on
Zod.
Xander's on Zod. They were even telling Vander, like, did you see her eat your brains? She went over and ate your brains too.
But they're all quoting Loris like crazy with the not today.
But they keep not on tonight.
Not on tonight. Which was the drag race thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, they just like keep like making it more grand, which I think is kind of hilarious.
It's the queer brain rot thing that happens where we reimagine something even more dramatic than what it was.
A gay person will always retell something a little fiercer than how it actually transpired.
Completely.
We
embellish.
But them doing it to a room of people who are all there.
But I love how they were all just giddy about it. And I feel like that's also a big product of the fact that they're reacting in real time to what people are saying. Because I remember that getting memed the fuck out. Like, that was everywhere.
The first Dragula meme, dare I say.
Oh, it was huge. The not tonight. I remember seeing memes of that everywhere. So, like, I feel like that's almost a product of that, of maybe them seeing it on Facebook and Twitter, Tumblr, and then going onto the show and quoting it because they know the fans were loving it. I love the fact that this is all happening practically in real time of the uploads.
Yes.
I kind of wish that we still had that.
I know, because, yeah, that's like a piece of the culture.
Right. The challenge today is pretty in pink, so they've got to be the most basic bitches, and they use the word fishy. This was before all of this. Fishy! They get into their most feminine-looking drag. They are the dragoons. I high-key love the glamour challenges. I think they're so fun on Dragula. I want them to do more glamour. I'm hoping that for Titans 2 we'll get some because we have a lot of glam pusses in this group.
Yeah, and I like that also, like, you know, because it's also like there's variances of the, like, it's also how can you paint differently? Like, can we see a softer paint? Can we see a different style of presentation?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many layers to it. So it is fun to see because also There's the other interesting perspective of like how does each one of these people perceive glamour personally for themselves,
And what
or
some
like
people's glamour looks like to them.
glamour, like femininity or like prissiness or like whatever like angle they take. It's
Mm-hmm.
also funny to see like especially one who is a little more alt and really doesn't go in that direction ever,
Yeah.
to see sort of their like from the outside looking in way of doing glamour.
Who do you think was the most alternative glamour here?
We'll see. When you say it like that, alternative glamour sounds like shade. See, she was giving an alternative
That's what I
type
was
of
asking. Who was
glamour.
giving the most alternative type of glamour to you?
We'll see, like, because some of it was like, is a lot of fabric glamour, Xochi? But also,
Is it even glam?
can I say, okay, this is another challenge. I struggle.
Oh, okay.
I only like two of these.
Which two do you like?
I like Meatball
Same.
and I like Melissa.
Okay.
Do you like Xander?
I love Xander.
What is wrong with me?
Love Vander's look.
What is
But
wrong
also,
with me?
a corset on a gown. Oh, God, this was so
This is-
trendy.
This is the only Vander look I don't like the whole season.
I love it.
Vander usually has like, even if I think other people should have, like, going back to week 2, yes, I think Meatball should have won, but I do think Vander had the best look.
Yeah,
I feel like usually Vander has the best look every week.
yeah.
But this is like the one week where I'm like, Miss Odd, I don't know, girl.
This look was so slay to me. I don't know what you're talking about. And it's so trendy at the time, too. This fuchsia corset that is like 2 inches wide on top of this floral print. She's giving me Palm Springs Babe.
Yes, and I know she made it. I think my problem is like, and it's not what, disclaimer, this is not what she's giving. It's the fabric choices. The fabric choices are a little too biological for me.
I see that.
The fabric choices are a little too like Steinmart dress that you're trying to work for a drag performance, but it's giving a little too like CD.
I hear that. It's very CD.
And-
See, I kind of live that it's like pink Juno Birch at the Trixie Motel.
I love the pink mug.
Yeah.
I love that it's like pretty and pink, and Vander went like pink. Creature,
Yeah.
like glamour creature of like
Which was
almost
different.
like of like glamour alien,
Yeah.
like a little pink skinned gorge creature, but
It is a little CD. I hear you.
just the fabrics.
I hear you.
Because it is elevated. I'm sure she made most of these pieces, if not
Yeah.
all of them. But the floral fabrics themselves and the way it came together for me was a little too like, I couldn't buy it. And then Xochi's was just a little too. Maybe Xochi's the reason I keep saying Xander.
I think so.
Vochi is.
Vochi.
I'll start saying Vochi to balance it out.
Boji and Xander.
Vochi's dress was just like a little ill-fitting. It
A
was
little.
giving like the Temu version of Trixie's like flower look from All Stars with the
Bitch.
parasol. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? She even like has a voice line during her showroom about it. Her showroom.
Her showroom. Like a car.
My brain is literally disintegrating. Xander was just like the like. I started circling the drain.
What happened with the brains? They came and ate yours too afterwards.
Yeah. I had the zombie brains and had an allergic reaction like Loris. Xochi has a voice line about like wearing a wedding dress. I'm like, this is not a wedding dress, Diva.
not
What are you
bridal at
talking-
all.
This is like a loose fitting like floral like
Moo.
it's giving like 80s like prom dress
Yeah.
almost. Like I don't know.
See, you really liked Melissa's look, but I thought the makeup was frightening in kind of an unexpected way. And then the pink gloss without a liner. You cannot be putting pink gloss on with no liner.
See, I can't speak to the mug of it all. I will say, I didn't like when she took the dress off and she's wearing that toddlers and tiaras little boot scoot number.
Yeah.
But I loved the pink polka dot dress with the zombie dog. Not the zombie dog, the
The
skeleton,
skeleton dog.
I
See, I
loved
thought
the
it was so
skeleton dog.
cringy.
The mug and hair was giving season 7 Trisha Martell down House the Boots.
Oh, completely Trisha Martell. Yeah, I see that. And the hair and everything.
Season 7 Trisha Martell,
Yeah.
though. The
Episode
hard,
2.
The hard, like, paint of it all.
Yeah.
With that
Shakespeare.
the side, like, kind of
The wop.
like the to one side hair and everything.
I love a wop.
Like, is that what it's called?
Jake and I call it that. The wop tear. Where it's like wop all on one side.
WOP.
WHOP. Whop.
Oh.
I don't know if it's a real word, but that's what we call it.
But it is very that, yeah.
Yeah.
I just liked the skeleton dog because it was camp.
Sure. I don't really understand what the I want to dig into these looks, but this is so long ago, maybe it's not pertinent. I don't really get a lot of the look together cohesively. And then again, the makeup's just kind of frightening to me. They have the lips. Sorry.
It's kind of terrifying and ghoulish to me personally.
But not in a fun Dragula kind of a way, just in a you went out of the house like that. They have to lip sync to Alaska's song Nails. I love that Alaska has been a part of Dragula's DNA since the beginning.
Right.
I think people were a little confused. I remember seeing comments of like, why is Alaska here in the most recent season when she showed up and did that musical? And it's like, you young kids are so uneducated. Because Alaska was doing freak drag at the same time that Miss Sharon was.
Yeah.
Was like originating that house. And then Alaska's been a part of the show since literally the beginning.
Yeah. And she's one of those funny girlies where, like, how do I describe it? Like, she's so like, oh, I couldn't do a lot of the Dragula challenges, but there's parts of her that's so like authentically Dragula that like maybe she doesn't even realize it. Like, there's that like part of her that would like eat a cigarette probably, and like that's just like, you know. That it's that part of like drag that you never see on Drag Race, even if queens who come through Drag Race even to this day have that in them. You don't really ever get to humor that side of the culture and everything. So it's fun to, I think I'm always for having Drag Race queens on Dragula as contestants, as judges, as guests, whatever capacity, because no matter if you've already seen them, you haven't seen this part of them, maybe.
Right.
Again,
a room
to
full
what
of monsters and makes me
want to scream. Again, to what Foxy said in one of the earlier episodes of like, a lot of queens may be an alternative queen or want to do alternative drag, but because of the financial constraints or pressure, like, they need to preserve their bookings. They need to do what's going to get them tips, what's going to get them a job, like. And that might not be the
Ookie spookies.
The ookie spooky, the alti.
Yeah.
Alti. I can think
Alt
of
all shade.
the alti. The alti.
Alt T.
The alti. All shade. Alt shade.
What did you think about the performances?
To the song?
To the song Nails. Nails, nails, nails.
Different interpretations. Some were more of a performance. Some were more survival.
Some weren't doing anything at all, like Laura's.
Well, because I was going to say also some, you can see the longevity of how long they performed.
Totally.
Well, because even like with Vander, it's funny because like, Vander's a good performer, but they're just very much like, they're performing. Totally. Like, they don't have the audience connectivity yet. That I'm assuming comes with like probably more performing to audiences.
Totally.
Because they're just like, they're doing the number. Because they did that in San Fran as well.
Totally.
Where they're just like, which I mean, some queens just do that.
Yeah.
I think that is more so also personal. I don't want to say that comes with greenness. I don't want to discredit her work. Because I think that's also personal preference, is connectivity to the audience. But like, some queens are just like literally like they're doing the number, surviving it. And others are like kind of more interacting, performing.
Yeah.
I loved Meatball Falling.
I thought Meatball was funny.
Meatballs was my favorite just because like, even if it wasn't the best performance, like Meatballs was just the most fun to watch.
Are you a Meatball stan?
Am I?
I think you might be.
Maybe I am. Maybe
You've been praising Meatball every week, and I live. I'm not. I don't hate Meatball at all.
Yeah, me.
I'm just,
Well,
are you
I
a
do
stan?
think she should have won this week. So,
Yeah.
well,
You thought she
did.
should have won earlier too.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
you
I
might
guess.
be.
Yeah. Me and my meatball stand card clocking in.
You're clocking in now, finally.
And then also, I mean, Melissa's is hilarious because I love a reactionary death drop. I will say, I am also. I am also Heklina and Peaches being anti-death drop next week.
Me as well.
But I think it's hilarious when I don't know, someone throws food at you, yeah, death drop. like that reactionary is hilarious. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would have done. Because some of them were uncomfortable looking while performing. But I'm like, yeah, I would have been uncomfortable looking.
This is gonna ruin me.
This is gonna fuck the big picture, Clint. Trying to remember the words if you don't know the song.
Yeah.
I mean, I love this song, but if you don't know the song, trying to remember the words while getting flour
Pelted.
and rotten vegetables pelted at you.
Yeah.
In a type of drag you're not comfortable in, probably.
I was really hoping that some of those girls, because they were meant to heckle, I was hoping that one of those girls would have been like, boo, the whole time and just the whole time. I wanted them to be freaking out, but they were all so restrained.
I mean,
weren't.
obviously they weren't prepared, but it would have
Yeah.
been hilarious if they came with bridesmaids sashes or bride to be and they have a tiara and they're woo, trying to get on stage with them.
That would be fun.
Trying to dance with them on stage.
That would have been really fun. Yeah, I feel like a couple of the girls Vander looked really hesitant to even do anything. She was just standing there with her food do I throw it now? Do I have to throw it?
I know.
I don't want to.
Vander was trying to give an earnest performance when that was not the time.
No. Being anti-death drop here, I did not like Melissa's performance. And I think, too, another thing that factored in, I'm a different person now. I just don't like the performance. I was bored by it. At the time, I remember being this is the girl that is talked about everywhere. You cannot go to a club and not hear her name in someone's mouth. And after watching her on Dragula, I remember wondering why? Sorry. I don't mean to be a mean girl. I just remember wondering why? I don't understand. I'm not seeing what people are connecting with. So there must have been something in the clubs that was happening that was not shown on TV. That's the only explanation.
Melissa be fierce. Melissa, are you sure?
This podcast would like to make it clear that Jesse does not align with my views. This is me being a hateful bitch.
But I mean, also, you have a different experience as well.
Having been performing in this scene in SoCal at the time where Melissa was really rising. When I started, I remember she was really getting her start because I think she had won some really big competition.
Yeah.
I think a couple of her daughters were starting to host things. She was really gaining a lot of traction.
But it's also sort of, you're kind of giving the judges on these reality competitions when they're we were expecting this from you and we want to see, what we're expecting from insert name of drag queen.
Yeah.
You're kind of giving that where it's I know what you can give, right? I know the reputation that you have, so I want to see that.
Right.
That's what you're giving right now for real.
I mean, that's kind of how I felt at the time, and I still kind of feel that because I just know of so many queens that were working so hard and never got their flowers and still haven't, are still booked, busy, but hustling. If they miss 1 or 2 gigs, they're not going to pay their rent.
Yeah.
And they were getting dust, even though they're excellent at what they do. And then I, see someone who's getting all these opportunities and I'm I don't understand why you're connecting and they are not. What did they do wrong? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe it's more of just general frustration that audiences don't connect with everyone the same or don't treat everyone the same.
Yeah. You're about to name a queen by name who has no reason catching that stray.
Please. I'll cut it.
I remember when my roommate started doing drag,
Mm-hmm.
And their best friend was also starting to perform. They had already been doing drag, but they were first starting to perform. They would go to insert club name here to
Right.
do insert amateur night here.
Right.
And, you know, also just after a while, I was like, okay, let's go on a non-amateur night. Let's just, you know, go see the dolls, go on a regular night. Let's see what's tea. And this queen would come out in like a gown.
A gown.
They would get like 2 lines into the song, and I swear 20 people would come out of nowhere and start screaming bloody murder for this woman.
Yes.
Doing like anything anyone else is doing is just, I'll just say anything anyone else on that marquee is capable of doing and did that night. And like 20 gays would show up out of nowhere screaming bloody murder and tipping like $100 to this woman.
Yes.
And I'm like, what is happening?
Yes.
And it's like, no, like, get that coin, girl.
You better.
But I'm like, I just don't understand also when someone who I've never heard of comes up and does an amazing number and gets like $5.
Right.
And then this woman comes out and like, as soon as like the first syllable of her name is said, she has $50 to her name already.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is happening?
I don't know if this happens. I'm sure it happens in other states, but I know it's very pervasive over here. Is a lot of the competitions in SoCal are generated by who you can bring to the club. So a lot of these girlies would call up their friends and be like, please come out tonight to this club. I will be there. You don't have to tip me, but if you do, I'll appreciate it. Get your ass there. I remember there was one club that I used to perform at a lot, and you could only win if the audience cheered for you. And this diva would call her family, and she had like 30 or 40 cousins that were all around her age, and they would show up at the bar and would be there and cheer for her. So even though she did shit every night, in my opinion, she would always win over some of the divas that were there who were so good at what they did.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think that does happen. And I can't remember if I've mentioned it on this podcast. I was performing in Hamburger Mary's one time, and this diva goes up to this full geesh, goes up, gets her coin out of the ATM, and takes out like $30, hands it to her friend, and says, when it's my turn, bring this up to me and throw it at me. And so I've always wondered, forever and always, how often is that happening when, like you said, like these 20 gays would show up and then throw all this money and freak out. But then as soon as anyone else is out there, like on Grindr, trying to hook up in the bathroom, you know, they don't care about whoever else is there. They're like waiting until they're activated for their friend. Then they wake up and then they're off again. I always wonder.
That, and you know, that is a problem of drag audiences at large.
Mm-hmm.
The excitement you have for one girl, have for every girl.
Yeah.
Because that's also, I don't know if this is, again, a nationwide issue, but I know I experienced this in LA clubs, LA bars, when I would go to drag shows, especially more so back in the day when I would go out more, is like, yeah, the people who would cheer for one specific girl and then were literally silent for the rest of the night.
Not a peep.
And it's like golf clap for a diva.
Even if you don't like it, just give them a little clap.
Yeah.
They went out there and performed for free for you.
Yeah.
For free. Unless you paid like a $5 cover charge, in which case you should be even more excited because you paid for that.
Yeah. You just got the show included.
Right. So the Boulets do ask the question, and they ask who should be cut. We'll go through these really quick because we have a couple more episodes to get through. Xochitl says that it's hard to say just one name, but she says Loris because she's been in the bottom the most.
And then they make Loris respond to it immediately. They say, okay, Loris. Stand.
Okay, Loris, say what you want to say. And she's like, well, yeah, I've been in the bottom, but I've been stepping out of my comfort zone. Frankie says that everyone's amazing, which the Boulets are like, okay, stop it. And she says, but Laura should go home because she's gorgeous, but isn't giving enough monster.
They say, okay, Loris, come forward again. Since we can make you respond to all of them, who would you send home?
And she says, the person who should go home is Frankie because she's grown the least and hasn't delivered polish and isn't on the same level as the others. And you're like, well, yes.
Well, she responds to that later and says, she's not giving polish because she doesn't want to. when she's kikiing with Xochi at the end.
Right.
Sorry, Vochi.
Vochi. Melissa says Loris should go home because she's playing safe and not delivering, and they kind of get into it. It's very clear that they don't like each other. It's very clear they hate each other.
Yeah, the beef is brewing. Well, the beef has been brewed. It seems to me we just didn't catch wind of it.
Vander says that Loris should go home because she's had the least growth. Meatball says Loris because she's not trying her hardest. So then they ask Loris what they should consider since everyone said her name. And she says, well, they all think I'm a threat. And honestly, okay, it's kind of a gag to be like, well, they all said me because they're threatened. I don't think they're threatened in a competitive sense. I think they were fully threatened in a your mug is muggy and we don't know what we're being judged on. You could outmug us just about any day. And I think there's an inherent hate of people who are prettier than you. If you, especially when you're more alternative, because it's like, well, I just don't like you because you're just doing the glam thing that everyone else does, and I'm trying to do something different. So, I feel like there is a little bit of almost that jealousy in there.
No, totally. I thought it was hilarious that Zoris was like, I think they're threatened by me. And they're like, Xochi, are you threatened by Loris?
Vander, are you threatened?
Literally, down the line. They might as well, one by one. Melissa, Meatball, raise your hand if you're threatened by Loris.
Clap if you're threatened.
Clap if she should suffer.
They finally give deliberations after all of this. It took so long to get through this. And at the very end of this, they're told that the next challenge is a field trip to San Diego. And they're going to Mother, formerly known as T-Shack. T-Shack?
Tranica Shack.
And we're shown Xochi murdered by lethal injection. I was so gooped. I'm like, I can't believe that Loris isn't gone. And I didn't remember that they
Neither
did
can the fellow queens.
Neither can they.
No, because every time Loris is in the bottom of the season, they're like, no, Loris is gone for sure.
Yeah.
This week especially, they are certain.
They're certain.
They're certain she's cooked. Also, I love that one by one, they're like, yeah, she's going home for sure. And she's standing there in a onesie with a little chihuahua on it.
Looking like she's supposed to be on The Real Life or something.
You literally.
Then Loris is run over by a car, which was kind of hilarious.
Yeah, and her club geesh. I don't know what it was giving.
She had just gotten out of the gig.
Yeah.
On her way
Looking
home.
like Florence Welsh going to a Belgian club.
Stop this. Episode 5, we are heartbeat introduced to the fact they're both not here, and they are driving from LA to San Francisco. That is such an awful drive. That is an awful drive. And they have to do some performances where they're being judged by Peaches and Heklina. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Rest in power, Queen.
I think it is really interesting that they included these legends early because Rue would never.
Yeah.
But it's so cool. We have our 4 performances. Each one of them just have to perform. That's literally all it is, the performance
Just
challenge.
perform.
I love that they have Peaches and Heklina there, but why couldn't they just go to Fault Line?
I mean, I know the drive to San Fran is too much. I love that they are there too, because I love that. I think they're counterculture, but in a way that the Boulets are not.
Yeah,
They're a different form of that. I mean, even someone like Jackie B is sort of
Totally.
Dragula in the sense of they're just not the most commercial
I hear that.
especially now. I think in the growth of more sanitized drag, I think it's just a little more not that.
I hear that. I also wonder about the logistics of this week because after the challenge, they all go through the exterminations and they have 2 days, allegedly, to create sea monster costumes and then do a photo shoot. So, did they have all their stuff there and they just had to embellish it there? Or were they starting from scratch and had to go find some studio to go work in
Yeah.
to make their costumes? I have so many questions.
Right. Because some of them are very impressive for
Yeah.
a 2-day turnaround.
And like they had to have had some pieces for it and then just added to it there. Because like I wonder too, it seems sometimes in these earlier seasons, like they're given the challenge, they make it, they have the whole week to make.
Yeah.
And then maybe they just do their final little bits there. Anything they didn't finish, like if you needed to serge something or hem it, you know, this would be your time to do it. So I almost wonder if that's what it was. But what did you think about these performances? It starts with Meatball, and it's basically a medley of songs, which was odd.
I'll be real in saying I didn't love any of the performances
Not
all
one.
that much. Meatballs was rough for me because I feel like the use of the audience member was awkward.
The dude was really awkward. He
Too
didn't know
much
it.
standing around.
Yeah, he had no idea what to do.
Yes.
And then there was one point where he like just started looking around, like, "Am I supposed to still be here?"
I know, like yeah, like was I supposed to be excused or I excuse myself? Like
Trixie leaving the stage.
Oh my
I
God.
thought I wasn't supposed to
the
be
green
here.
screen, please.
I remember I had a friend help me out once in a number, and I was like, "Stand there, don't move. When I interact with you, look at me, but don't move.
Yeah.
Not a muscle. Don't sneeze. Don't breathe. Don't blink.
Yes.
Just stand there and be a bitch boy.
perfect.
And when I
See?
give you stuff, hold it and stand there and pose, but don't mug. I'm the queen here."
Well, because that's the other thing is I was like, I'm assuming this person was prepped ahead of.
Apparently, they knew that they were supposed to come up, but they didn't know what they were supposed to do.
Because, like, yeah, they seemed like they were ready,
Mm-hmm.
but, like, they also didn't. Yeah, exactly. It was giving, like, they were cast for the part, but there was no dress rehearsal.
There was no blocking.
No run through, yeah. No piece of tape with their name on it on the stage.
Sit here. This is your mark. I can't see this X anywhere. Vander is next. I thought the silhouette was really cool, and I love that hair, that total baldness on the side with that wop there.
It was
That was
cool, yeah.
cool. But I mean, the performance was a little lacking.
I mean, they're very, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it because, like, Vander's very animated when they perform, but there's just that sense of, like, it's very, like, they're performing.
Yeah.
But they're not there performing.
They're not mentally there. They're physically there, but not.
I mean, girl,
plugged
me
in.
everywhere.
Right.
And in that sense, a
Yes.
diva can relate.
I know why you didn't like their performance above everyone else, though. I can guarantee you why you didn't. Because I feel like of all of them, Vander was maybe the best. But I can guarantee I know why you didn't like it.
Why?
The parachute cape with the stuff on it.
Oh my God. The way that I literally.
You blocked it out
Yes, and I literally just perceived it.
as soon as I
Like,
mentioned it. Because I know you hate those. You hate those parachute capes with the pictures on them. I'm so indifferent about them. Like, I could not care less. But I just knew as soon as I saw it, I'm like, Jesse is going to hate this because of that.
the frill-necked lizard drag of it all. I don't know what it is about that. I
You
can't.
hate them.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have our things that we don't like. Frankie, I think, was a little flat. Just a little flat. And if you're going to do "This is my hair, I don't wear wigs," you have to be big. Like, you're doing Alaska.
I know. It was also funny because I was like, did you have this picked before you did nails? Like, because we're hearing a lot of it. Alaska's
Lot of
getting a lot of
Alaska.
promo this season. Good for her.
Well, and this medley seems to have been made ahead of time.
She was just kind of giving hot girl. Like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna writhe around in my bodysuit.
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 And then I think Melissa had a really cool look, but I thought the performance was just really mid. Like, I'm so bored with the death drops.
So were Heclina and Peaches.
I think they were totally on the mark when they said it's like a quick, easy gimmick. Like, it gets
Yeah.
the audience hyped, but it's not really much of anything.
Yeah.
It's sort of a look over there.
And I appreciate that they even tried to redirect the critique when when that kept going back and forth to kind of just be like, well, we just know that you're capable of more.
Totally.
Then, like, we don't want to see just that because we know that, like, regardless of how like you like feel like you need to do XYZ, like we know that you're naturally capable of this level of performance and like
Yeah.
energy, that you don't have to do like a cheap, quick trick.
Quick tricks. Me on a Friday night.
Oh,
So we have only one part of the challenge done. The second half is to then do a look out in the waters. And I love the idea of this photo shoot in the San Fran Bay. And honestly, I think from this top 4, there's only one person that very clearly should have gone home. And it was not Meatball.
do you know what makes me laugh every time I see this challenge now? I hear the audio of, I don't know if you ever listened to Meatball's podcast with Dipper when they
A few
had,
times.
I think it was the episode where they had Melissa.
Oh.
But she's like, Frankie Doom cheated.
What?
Scream. Well, you call she's wearing a wetsuit.
Is she?
There's a part where they're showing like they're all together in the sea. You see her turn around. You see the branding of it on the back of her wetsuit.
This is
Like-
store-bought?
The store bought, and it's probably why she can't feel the temperature of the water, because it's a water protective garment that she embellished, which is technically, I don't think that's cheating.
I don't think that's cheating. It's smart.
But Meatball says cheating. I think it's more so it is. She was thinking ahead. Let me see if I can find the part where you see like, I don't know if it was intentional that they included that little clip, but it's very like blink and you miss it. But when they're all in the water together, there's a part where like it flashes to the back of her bodysuit, and I'm like,
Wild.
wait a minute, that is a wetsuit.
That's so interesting. I mean, even if it was, I don't have any problems with that. I think the look is fucking cool. And then this shot of Frankie in the water is the coolest thing in the whole world, with the sunset in the background. I just love it. That trident, it's everything. And like, I think of all of them, my 2 least favorite were Melissa and Vander. I just didn't really think that this floral coral. I didn't really like it.
Floral coral.
Floral coral.
Look at her butt.
That's a wetsuit.
For
That's
anyone
nuts.
at home, go to Dragula season 1 episode 5 on Hey Queen YouTube's channel,
Hey.
and go to 35 minutes and 20 seconds into the program.
We have timestamps on
And-
this podcast.
And you will see the logo on her butt. It looks like it says Supercuts. I don't know what the name of the brand actually is.
it's a Supercuts
She went to
wetsuit.
Supercuts and got a wetsuit.
She went to Supercuts Atlantica.
But I mean, to that point, resourceful.
Resourceful
Because she
queen.
decorated it to give C Ghoul.
Yeah.
So you were going to say there's one bitch who should have gone home and it wasn't Meatball. You were going to say it was
It was
Melissa.
This look is a little
Melissa
insane
Barrera.
to me.
So I don't know why every time I hear Melissa Be Fierce, I want to say Melissa Barrera.
Wild. Is that a housewife?
Oh no. She's an actress. She was in Scream. Oh my god, I'm dead.
But yeah, I don't really like the costume. I don't like the wig. I don't like really much about the look. It's so discordant. with
Can
itself.
I say,
Yes.
am I
wish
allowed
you
to?
would.
I feel like Meatball's Sea Monster look was giving me Crystal Versace's, you already know I'm going to say her swimsuit look.
She was ahead of her time. This was
It
years before.
literally, no,
Crystal
because
saw this.
it was literally the same, like, silhouette. Like,
Maybe Crystal bought it from her and then tailored it.
wait, no, because
Crystal
she
would have been, like, 8 years
was
old.
bald-headed
Yeah.
with, like, the bodysuit.
That's the same picture. She probably
It's
saw
literally
this.
giving drag family resemblance. Like, this is
Yeah.
a makeover look.
Completely. I mean, Crystal would have been, what, like 8 when this came out?
She was still in utero.
Yeah, right? So, who would you have sent home from this group? Do you think it still would have been Meatball? There's only 4 of them, so one of them's got to go home.
I'm just, I'm just so scared because I know Frankie Doom is listening.
You think the wetsuit was that egregious, or do you just not like the look at all?
I mean, like, the look was cool. That was
Mm.
the other thing about, I think I mentioned, like, the perception, like, watching the episode and then you read the comments, you're like, whoa.
Mm.
Because I was like, wow, like, that wetsuit. I can't believe that I could see that, like, the name brand of the
I hear
wetsuit on the
that.
bottom. It was giving Cynthia in her Nike dry fit shorts. And then all the comments were like, wow, she demolished that sea monster look. Like, she
Yeah.
chewed. And crazy because to me, even the first time I watched it, I was like, Diva is wearing the like anglerfish teeth she wore from her
From the
zombie look,
zombies. Yeah, it's
a
very similar.
wetsuit, and a belt with tentacles.
I hear you.
And that does not take away from the fact that those all put together are phenom. But also, the smoke I did not have for her earlier, I'll redirect earlier. I'll redirect now, I mean. When they were critiquing the pink looks, they said to Meatball, we knew you could be funny. We knew you could perform. We wanted to see if you could paint softer.
Yeah.
And what about fucking Bride of Frankenstein, Frankie Doom over here in her neon glasses and the harshest paint of life? And I'm like, now give me a rest, because the challenge did not apply to her in that case. Like, what are we doing? And then like,
Bride of Frankenstein.
and I mean, in her defense, she said herself, she's not trying to be polished. She said herself that's not what she's trying to do. She's trying to give more. She is a monster. She said also at the final supper, or whatever their iteration of it, because Loris asked her the same thing, or no, Meatball asked her,
Yeah.
what have you done to improve or change in this competition?
Yeah.
And it's like, I think because Frankie already kind of fit the bill,
Right.
which I mean, so did Vander, but maybe like there wasn't that like trying to fit every challenge that wasn't already what she would have fit before that. So
I hear you.
yeah, maybe it was just residual smoke from the pink thing that carried over. I had a hate in my heart.
You had darkness in your heart. You were like, why did she get that
There's
critique?
dark-sided people all around us, and in this case, I just had to look in the mirror.
It returns. So Meatball is given the chop, literally chopped at the chicken farm, which was nuts.
Tragic.
Super tragic. I almost wonder if they were riffing off of that famous San Francisco farm where all the murders were. Wasn't that on a chicken farm where that one dude like murdered like 20 something
Was
kids?
it Miss Fame?
Not Miss Fame. Maybe it was Miss Fame's chicken farm. And they do the Last Supper, where I forgot at the beginning of this, they do death scenes for all the finalists. They're dream sequences, but Melissa is smothered in her own pillow. And do you remember how trendy those makeup stains were at the time? Like you'd buy the towel with the queen stain, or like the shirt with their stain.
I was going to say, I ran into blah, blah, blah at DragCon. Or yeah.
That was super trendy at the time. Frankie's hit with a wrench at the club, but that bouncy wig was so Muppety. It's just like bouncing down the hall. It was very funny. And then Vander's hung at a tree. Like all very low key
Dark-sided.
deaths, right? Where like you smother one, you hit one with a wrench, and then you freaking hang one of them. Is crazy.
I think next seasons are more fun. Like I remember like Victoria has like a mad tea party kind of vibe, and she gets
I don't
poisoned.
remember them at all.
Really? I remember the second season because I remember Victoria's death scene is like almost like a Alice in Wonderland tea party, and she gets
Interesting.
poisoned. I was like, huh. They feel, I mean, the future seasons, they feel a little more like bespoke.
Mm-hmm.
This one, the first season alternates between being like fitting the challenge to just being like a classic, like kind of spooky death.
Yeah.
Which like even the next couple seasons are kind of the same vibe. But the production value like continues to increase.
Yeah.
I do love, just speaking of death scenes, the sort of like weird like YouTube editing of it all, where like all the way back to episode 2, Meatball being like, oh yeah, like Pinche died, and then it's a quick flash of Pinche being burned alive. like from her death scene, like
Yeah.
in black and white, like the quick flashes of like their death scenes in black and white when they're
Yeah.
talking about them in the past tense. So funny to me. Like it's a little like meme documentary
Yeah.
almost.
It was weird hearing all this without any of the current Boulé sound effects too. Their
Yes.
soundboard is non-existent.
I know. You see the whispers of a Boulé production, but it's not there yet.
Yeah. Who's your favorite extermination of all time? Do you have one?
Um
Like if you had to just choose like one.
Yuri's.
Oh my God, Yuri's is so good.
Yuri's is the
Oop,
most
wrong show.
wrong show, and then all the way home to just die on the plane exploding, Final Destination style. It was such a ridiculous, completely
Long.
different than all the other one
Yeah.
deaths. It's so good.
Yeah.
That is like the one I will always remember.
That one is so good.
And then like I don't remember who actually it was, but ones where they incorporate sort of like tie into the opening of the episode. Like there's the one where they get killed by that Boulé marionette.
Oh, yeah. In season 5, right?
Where the episode where they introduce that marionette that's still in the opening. But there's the one where they get
Was
killed.
that Onyx on Dix?
Maybe.
Because I think that was the trash kids,
But,
right?
you know, the one I'm talking about where they get killed by the puppet Boulé
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I love the ones where you see the Boulé, but more indirectly. Where it is that sort of like slasher vibe, but before the killer's actually revealed.
Yeah.
But you can tell through context clues that's the Boulé killing them.
Yeah.
Because, like, some is a little more vague, but I really like the ones where, like, you can tell it's one of the two of them, like killing them.
Yeah.
But you don't see them, but you can either see, like, their hand or, like, their figure chasing them.
Yeah.
Like, I love the camp of that.
Me as well. I think Aurora's is like top for me. I love Yuri's, but I love Aurora's getting in that car and trying to drive off the set. And it's very clear that they're on set.
That,
and they
too,
can't get
the
out.
fourth wall of
The
it.
gate closes and they're like, no, I don't know how to get out. And then in the mirror is one of the, I think it's Swan, and then Swan murders her. That one's a great one. And since you picked a second one, I think the other one that I really enjoy, it's so hard to choose now. I was going to say Kendra, but now I'm thinking about Cynthia. And I think Cynthia's is really fun too, because she had been referencing Scream Queens the whole season.
Yes.
And in her murder, she literally gets chainsawed by the Boulets, like in devil costumes. Because they're wearing the devil mask, aren't they?
Oh,
And
are
the
they?
one show, I think so. The one Boulet like shows up to chainsaw her, but then there's the other one. And that was a huge twist in Scream Queens when they
Yeah.
realized that there's two of them.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, just the reference of it all, I can't help but feel like they kind of planned that.
Wow, there's the door, bitch.
Yeah, that one's really great. So they do the Last Supper. It's very dramatic because the Boulets are trying very hard to just be like stoic and TV.
I know.
And everyone's trying to vamp with it, but it's also clunky. And then you hear the whole time, if you're listening with headphones,
Heavy breathing.
from
Because
whoever's behind the camera.
Well, the person there is probably uncomfortable because there's about 6 feet lengthwise between all of these women across this table because they have to fit them in one frame. They're all sitting on one side of the table.
Frankie trying to get in to that little tiny space and was the last one to get in that space.
It's shoulder to shoulder. It's giving when 3 people have to get in the back seat
At
of
the
like
kids'
a
table or
sedan.
something?
No, like in a sedan when they're all in the back seat, and it's like, okay, so who's gonna be like shoulders in front, shoulders behind? Because we can't all actually be shoulder to shoulder, so we have to stagger. It was giving that.
It was Melissa and Loris get into it. Like they fight.
Melissa was ready to smack down on Loris.
Have you seen that video of Demi saying, I'm about to beat this bitch up?
This
That was literally Melissa.
Melissa was like contained with her for about 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, actually, I am ready to like kill you right now.
I will
Like,
kill
I'm
you
ready
right
to
now.
skin you alive and wear you for filth.
It was-
Like,
yeah. It was crazy. It was also weird to see them not have any like beverages or anything.
no. And no food, no beverages. And like, also they're fighting when like literally like they're all within like any of them at any given point are within an arm's reach of each other.
Yes.
Like screaming at each other as if they're not like two people away from each other. Like, it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Before we get to the final looks, can I say something interesting?
Oh no, say it.
So when they all kind of like are asked, who do you think shouldn't win in the shadiest way?
Such a lovely question.
A lovely question. A lot of them say that Melissa is not monster enough.
Yeah.
She's not a monster. And I may not like Melissa's performance or Melissa's looks or like a lot of what she done on this season, but I think it's undeniable that there is something kind of like monstrous about her and her energy and what she brings to the table.
She's a mammoth, of course.
Yeah. I think it is interesting that I don't remember the internet like going a buzz about Melissa not being a monster. But I remember when Sigourney was told that she wasn't a monster.
Yeah.
And the internet went in on Sigourney not being a monster.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting that a femme person is then supported by the fans saying that she's not a monster. But when it's Melissa, they're like, no, she's a monster. She's fine. It's just interesting to me.
Interesting.
And I hope that Sigourney wins Titans 2 and shuts all these bitches up.
Team Snorgy.
Team Snorgy. So we have the final floor show. They have to do each one of the categories. Glamour, filth, horror. I think just to streamline this, we'll choose like who won for you rather than dissect each one. So I feel like there were a lot that were just like, ugh.
I mean, yeah, a couple have more than one worth talking about.
Sure.
But like most of them, not all three are worth talking about.
Glamour, who won it for you?
Ooh. Truly, I would have to say Melissa.
Okay.
Because it was a little bit like a precursor to Ghost Glamour.
I could see that.
I see what she was trying to do, because she was not trying to do true, like, because she could do a different kind of glamour.
She could do anything.
And I see that she was doing a more adapted glamour.
Yeah.
Which I really appreciated. But sorry, I have to talk about too. I appreciate that Vander was giving more punk glamour.
Me as well. Vander was my favorite. I loved the walking of that pub.
Yeah, that was fierce. And also just like such interesting styling choices. The men's chest photocopy as like a breastplate.
Yeah.
Like what?
Who would have thought
What
about
is your
that?
brain? Like that is so strange. Like who are you?
Yeah.
But like I love it. Yeah.
It was so hot to me. Who won filth for you?
Melissa.
Okay, me as well.
Like, but also like Melissa kind of shut it down.
Melissa shut it
Melissa
down.
kind of actually in defense of Melissa Be Fierce, this is kind of like an all-time filth performance, I will say. Like, and not to take away from also what, like, to get to it, like Vander literally makes herself throw up, which is
Sure.
also incredibly
It's
like
gross.
Frankie got chewed up in this category, I will say.
Totally.
But like Melissa kind of gave an all-time filth.
I would agree.
Because like this is also like, because there's also different levels. Like there's the bravery and like the fear factor element. Like what Bitch Pudding did is a different type of filth bravery.
Mm-hmm.
This is bravery in like an intellectual aspect.
Completely.
Like this is like very like I don't know. This is just like very punk, very counterculture, very like spicy of a choice. And like she did it so like no fucks given that like
And
can't
dick
help-
out. Penis out.
Puss out vibin'.
Yeah. Well, and there's layers of cultural significance in this because as a Latino, probably grew up Catholic, like so many of us do, or in some type of Christianity.
I mean, yeah, having
like-
such a different relationship compared to just someone who maybe never had, I mean, even just like the way religion like sort of like undercurrents through your life experiences.
Right.
Like maybe for someone who never had to deal with religion growing up, being able to do something like that is whatever.
Yeah.
But for someone who undoubtedly like had like pressures and, you know, things that weighed into that.
Very likely, because I mean, it's huge in our culture.
Someone in their life would strangle them out for doing that.
Totally. To come out as like this slutty religious motif and then make it filthy, like that
like,
shuts it down.
Plenty of like white girlies from the PNW could do a number like that and literally not know anyone in their personal life who would like care.
Yeah.
Whereas like I'm sure Melissa has double-digit amount of people who like if they watch that in its entirety who probably have not would like
the family
would kill her.
Oh yeah, they'd be like, I can't believe that you sacrilege so hard. And like that is true filth in Latino culture. Like being sacrilegious, that is filthy. So I agree. And I think Frankie and Vander both tried to do a little, like, I think Vander was gross, but I think they were too a little like divine, like, I'm gross.
Yeah.
I don't think they made it enough of them where this really distinctly felt like, oh, that's Melissa coming out. And I think this was the one time in the competition where I'm like, that's the monster. Well, there it is.
And also, like, any time with the floor show, to me, more than how much you do the category, I also am keen to see, like, what is your personal drag character's interpretation of what is scary to you, what is filthy to you, what is glamorous to you? And I think, like, having the personal aspect of, like, this is what I see filth as, or this is what my drag character sees filth as, or how my drag character expresses filth, whatever it be. And so this just feels like, like a personal, like, to me, this is filth, this is disgusting, this is crazy. And like, it's cool to always get that peer into like someone's brain of like, to them, this is filthy.
Yeah.
Or, cause then the flip side of it, like the falling flat version of it is, someone thought this would be filthy,
right?
And this just ain't it. Which is like a lot of like flop. Like there's usually at least one per season of someone just like,
hemorrhoids.
This isn't giving. Hemorrhoids, eating a mustard dog on stage. You know, James. What was that? James. But like this is like it's that intersection of like it's personal, but it's like there's like this psychology of it, but there's also like it's just like genuinely like crazy.
Yeah. Who won horror for you?
Vander. Easy peasy
Easy
lemon
peasy.
squeezy. I think she chewed both of them up, honestly.
It was like, I don't know if you know the witch from Left 4 Dead. She's memed a lot. She's the one that like cries and then runs at you and screams. It's super creepy. It was like the witch from Left 4 Dead as a beauty pageant queen. I just freaking loved it.
But it's like, I feel like Melissa definitely gave her best attempt. But like, I just feel like Vander was such a clear like and I think that also like whereas Melissa could have taken filth, like, and I enjoy a floor show where maybe each one of the performers takes their own category, where it's not like someone sweeps all three but everyone kind of has their own shining moment. I feel like Melissa got to shine in filth, and I feel like Vander really got to honestly shine in horror and glamour, but especially horror,
right? And
so it also felt appropriate. That was the other thing sidestep. I was confused by the filming schedule,
right?
Because at the
end all in different looks.
Vander is in their horror look, which was shown at the end and was also their best look, so I was happy they were in that look. And then Melissa is in her filth look.
And Frankie's in glamour, I think. Is this not the glamour?
I already forgot what Frankie wore for glamour, so I was even just like, what's Frankie wearing?
Maybe they got to choose the order that they wanted in case there was like more gore that was going to happen. Like Melissa may have not been able to clean herself up in enough time to get ready for the others.
And like Vander couldn't have changed from that,
right?
But it kind of worked out because they were all in their best look. But you know, now they all have a different crowning look, so it was funny to see that, because then they come out and they're in that, and then they get crowned in that, and I was like, what was this filming schedule? What was it? Because then that also tells me like, so you didn't do, they as an audience in the room did not perceive it category by category in that case. They didn't look at all of the glamour looks, all of the filth looks, and then all the horror looks. Right. It might have been like, okay, here's this person's glamour. Okay, here's this person's filth. Okay, here's this person's glamour again. Here's this person's horror. Like, I'm just so curious how that day played out.
Yeah.
Because now it's like very much like, okay, they had another, maybe even a completely separate day where they all come in and they're like, okay, you're going to get
Blore?
blore put on you. You're going to get blood poured on you.
Blood and gore is blore now.
You're going to get blore put on you. Like Nickelodeon slime. But yeah, it was funny. And I mean, like, it felt appropriate because I would have wanted to see Vander crowned and like had the whole ceremony in this look anyways.
Completely, yeah.
Because this was like the look of the night. And that was the other thing too, is like beyond it being I mean, I think it's between Melissa's filth and this horror look.
Yeah. As the
but
tops.
I do think that Vander's is so visually distinct because like Melissa's is conceptually performance strong, but Vander gave like an original visual.
Yeah.
And this is like, I mean, that's the other thing is Vander gave us like, Dragula gives you like new creatures, new visuals, new monsters, and Vander was one of the first to do that. Where like,
I agree.
Here's something where it's not necessarily referential or like based on existing media in that same way, but like, here's a crazy like thing from my brain. At least as far as I'm aware, this is not referential. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
like something that came from their brain, where I do see references to other things from some of the other contestants and things they did. I think Vander is such a great winner for all the reasons you've already mentioned, but also Vander just luxuriates in this last little leg of the competition.
Yeah.
And that sets up archetypes for later, even during the Carrie blood moment where Vander's just like, oh, get it all over me.
Yes.
And just loving that experience. Yes. It's like, that is the winner.
She's really that girly where like even moments that are meant to cause discomfort in contestants, she relishes in all of that.
Yeah.
Having to eat brains, having to get poured like blood on her, even if maybe secretly she doesn't enjoy it, like she plays it like she was built for this. Put me in, coach.
And you know, I don't know, you probably clocked it too, and I think that you probably clock it every season, is that they don't have the others in the background during the blood dropping ceremony. So there's footage somewhere of Melissa getting blood dumped on her that they didn't use. There's footage of Frankie out there getting blood dumped on them that they didn't use in some universe on someone's computer.
I would not want to clean that up.
No.
I would want to clean it up once.
No.
Even just seeing like how much blood it is and like I could not imagine the cleanup on that. That is a nightmare.
And this is a very famous theater that they're in, right?
Oh my God. Could you imagine like the stress of like, we need to make this spotless. By 8 p.m. tonight, y'all. We have a heart out.
Was this the Orpheum?
Was it?
I couldn't remember. I think it was the Orpheum Theater. Yeah, that is all of Dragula season 1.
Wow.
Any thoughts about this iconic first season?
I mean, what a way to get it poppin'.
And
I mean, like, compared to, I mean, obviously Drag Race had its own sort of, not necessarily grassroots, but like humble beginnings. But like, truly, what an amazing, humble beginning for this show. And it's not like this, like, it's not even booger. Like, I feel like it's honestly a more concrete first season than Drag Race is. Is that controversial to say?
No, not at all.
Because I feel like it's more of a bulletproof, like it's already more fully realized in its first go around than maybe even Drag Race was, where like obviously they had the format, they had the lip syncs, whatever, but like I feel like it's more true to the most recent season by episode 1 than Drag Race is.
Completely. And I think it helps that the Boulets had already been doing this show. Like they had their structure, format, and everything down. And they work with these contestants very closely.
Well, and that's the thing is like, I mean, I was not there for Drag Race, but I wasn't there for Dragula either, but I can't speak to how invested RuPaul was with season 1, but it sounds like RuPaul is very invested in the early seasons. But
was for season 2.
Yeah,
at
but
the very least.
There's definitely been an unwavering investment from the Boulets from start to finish.
Right.
Whereas maybe other productions of drag competitions don't have that same level of investment from its originators that it had in the start.
Yeah. I remember I mentioned that I had one thing I wanted to tell you and get your reaction to it. So the Boulets mentioned there was a person that they already told, no, you're not coming back for season 2. Thanks for your interest.
Yeah.
Now, you know who else they asked but couldn't because they were already contracted for a show and almost were here?
Who?
Landon Cider.
And what were they doing?
I don't know what the show was. Ian just one of them mentioned. I think it was Ian was saying that they already had a show and so they couldn't contractually leave.
That is so funny. But you know, it was good that Landon waited.
Totally.
Because it was better that Landon was in a slightly higher production season because Landon was so perfect for the season they were on.
Landon would have curb stomped this competition. I think it would have been Landon and Vander riding all the way up to the end, and I don't know who the hell would have won.
It would have been like a Bimini Lawrence kind of two sides of like the same talented coin of like, which one do you want? You know? Because it's like they both bring their own like zhuzh. It also would have been what a cool statement. I mean, I love that they were trying to get someone like Landon from the beginning, but like, what a cool like FU to Drag Race to have a king on the first season.
On the very first, yeah.
Especially if Landon had won too.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I think they would have been. I mean, they would have definitely given Vander a run for their money.
Totally. We are all finished now with Dragula. Next, you hear from us. We will be talking about Drag Race Belgium Season 1, which you've already started.
Yes, I have. I have.
But thank you all so much for listening to this longer episode. Happy Halloween. I hope you had a fun day today. Remember, you're doing a great job. You're doing the best you can, and that is all you can do. Goodbye, uglies.
Goodbye.